How's it going, everybody? And welcome back to our Tennessee Titans rebuild. Now, you may remember from last time that I was a little panicky about our situation. We did lose quite a few good guys. We did. But we managed to actually retain more guys than I thought we'd be able to through some cap space that kind of came out of nowhere for me. And a solid wide receiver in the draft there. We got Lynn Money here. We got some solid guys, some decent guys. And honestly, this is still a good team. This is still a playoff caliber team. So let's go ahead. Let's upgrade our guys. I'm going to upgrade Kal-El Mullings here. Our own little Superman. Get him up to 80 overall. Put him officially guaranteed above Rico Dowdle in the depth chart. There you go. As you could see from all that, I did the training camp. I got some of those bonuses in. Let's take a look at these storylines. I'm guessing it's going to be Rico Dowdle. No, this is Enrique Gallery. Start the preseason strong, and then we'll talk. First game, yeah. A sack or 5 tackles. Okay, so let's go ahead. Let's sim that game. Let's see if he can do it or not. Did he get there? No. So he's not going to be moving up in the depth chart for us. Okay, so let's go ahead. Let's go to the regular season. So you may remember our draft class strength is strong for everything except for kickers and punters, which I have as very strong for the fun of it. Because as we know, kickers and punters don't really matter. Our draft class is going to be auto-generated because we exhausted what I have draft classes available for. What are our trade offers for Buckley? No, that's our backup. He's a really good backup. I'm going to keep him around, especially since I don't know if Cam Ward is going to continue to work out on this team. And that's just because he's at a point where, he's 27, if I remember correctly. Yeah, he's 2785 overall. He doesn't have much improvement left in him, unfortunately. And not having a 90 overall quarterback is holding this team back from greatness. But we shall see. We shall see. So, as always, let us play the moments for the first game of the season. All right, we have it from our own 12. We must have stopped them. Oh, sorry, from their 12. That is we got a turnover early game. But Kal-El Mullings stopped for a loss. Let's run an outside zone because I still don't like either of those pass plays there. Third and 12. Okay. Slot cross. How does that sound? Let's actually. So, I would like to see what the turnover was. So if we go to defense here, to defensive, was an interception by Cedric Gray, our will linebacker. Good job, Cedric. Touchdown on that play. All right, defense needs our help. They got it from our 17. First quarter is going to run out. Okay, that's fine. Lucas Van Ness going to get him at the line of scrimmage there. Kind of tackled him from the side, which is why it was not a tackle for loss. But this is going to be a pass play. It's pretty transparent, I think. Hit as he releases. That's an incompletion. 3rd and 10. Obvious pass situation. They've got to score to try to keep up with us. They are going to get the first down, not the touchdown, but it is 1st and goal from the 1. I think this is going to be a run up the middle play. It was, and we still couldn't defend it. Okay. 2-minute drill. Did not get to release it. Byron Young kind of just sprang around from the side. I tried to scramble, realized I wasn't fast enough, tried to get the throw off, and couldn't. All right, 3rd and 4. Let's run the drive switch here. Oh, dropped. Yeah. There you go. They get it from their own 29. Okay. We go up 9-7. Must have gotten a safety there. Our defense keeping us in this game. Dowling, the rookie. Third and 6. Oh. Nobody could get open in time. All right, let's take the field goal. Still a 1-score game, though, because it's only a 5-point lead. Transparent pass situation. 3rd and 12, and he's the only guy in the backfield. Way overthrows his man. Overthrows the defender, too. 4th and 12 from the 45. That's a punt. Game is on the line. We get another defensive moment. 1st and 10. 2:50 on the clock. Fake handoff. Checks down. 3 yards. They're going to pass here. That's going to run it down to the 2-minute warning for sure. Where's the defense when I'm controlling them? Right? They go crazy in the simulation, but as soon as I take control. Sacked. There we go. Lucas Van Ness, former Packer. Second and 16. Third and 14. This is a deep pass scenario. Just throws it away to avoid taking the sack. 4th and 14, they got to go for it. Again, obvious pass scenario. He gets the first down. That's some pretty crazy stuff. I mean, they got to keep passing. They have no time to run it. Hit as he releases. So he overthrows his man. Incompletion. Stops the clock. Does not get the first down. They call a timeout. One double wide receiver one. Forced to dirt it as he's hit. They're going for it on 4th and 2. Kind of feels like a run play, run up the middle, perhaps even. It's a pass play. It's a pass play. Get him. No. No. Okay, we got 56 seconds and all of our timeouts. $53 seconds. Okay, they actually did not get whatever they were going for there. Presumably they went for 2 so that a extra point would only tie it. Okay, 30 seconds, 30 seconds. Go, go, go. I forgot to call a timeout. That's fine, that's fine. No, that's not going to get caught. Okay, stops the clock, stops the clock. I think we might lose this game, but that's fine. Chimeri DK on the inside. That's good. That's good. Sacked. Timeout. Timeout. We got to go for it. We got to go for it. We're running the same play. Because I think it probably has the best chance of actually working here. Chimeri DK, please. Does not get open, unfortunately. And I throw it way in front of them for some reason. Big 3rd down, make the stop. They're kneeling it. Why? Okay. Gonna make me sit here and watch it, I guess. That's game. Yeah. Cam Ward, 34. Neither of these guys had a particularly good game. But man, Cam, you need to be having better games than that. Especially on Bengals offense. Okay, so while we're at it, let's go ahead. Let's take a look at our lineup. Stalker is injured. Of course he is. Other than that, our offensive line looks really good. Carmichael is young, so he's going to improve, but not as much as he could, unfortunately. Bayless is also young, and he's actually better, but yeah, he's not going to improve as much, and he's not better by much. So, So the best playbook for us is maybe West Coast spread or West Coast power run. I would rather it be a pass heavy thing. So let's see if we can't find a West Coast spread playbook. Power one. That's West Coast power run. That'd be good for us, but I want Cam Ward to improve. We're actually going to just try it out. We're going to try out the Kansas City playbook. And I know in real life you wouldn't change your playbook during the season, but I mean, I just want to actually win, and it doesn't affect your odds of winning in Madden. So, honestly, we are pretty good on defense. We just need to figure out who's leaving us. Seahawks are slightly better in every category. Can we still pull out the win? We do not. Okay, so 9 players ready to negotiate. Cam Ward. Do I want to bring Cam Ward back? Well, first, I do want to bring Braden Stalker back. He's great. He wants to be here even. So let's just give him that easy deal. For 6 years, we're going to keep him around until he is 30. Garrett Williams at cornerback wants to stay. He's solid. I've got no complaints for him, so I'll give him 2 years. The thing is, we've got a decent guy at quarterback coming up behind him. So Malcolm Taylor, I'd like to keep you around for as long as I can, buddy. 4 years, 10 million. There we go. Eric Stokes, getting kind of old. Jonathan Edwards, I'd prefer to keep over Eric Stokes at this point, actually. So what would it take to keep Cam Ward here? More than I have. That is fine. We got Dylan Buckley in back. Cam Ward can go somewhere else. I am fine with that. We can save the rest for the end of the season. But honestly, I guess maybe cornerback or Mike linebacker would be probably our positions of focus, if not wide receiver, but cornerback is really good here. So we're going to focus on cornerback on this one. Also got some good quarterbacks, but we can focus QB. We don't need offensive tackle right now. Edge rusher could be big, could be huge. So yeah, let's yeah. Well, it's already on edge, but yeah, let's go bring it over to edge, and then yeah, make sure it stays there. And yeah, you got some decent cornerbacks. And we can just national focus Mike linebackers. So all right, let's go ahead. Let's sim it to the mid-season. We can go ahead. We can take a look at our record, our stats, all that fun stuff. So we are 2-4. Not great. Not great. I do think it might be time to move on at quarterback. Get somebody who can develop a little better. Or maybe there'll be somebody in free agency, but I doubt I'll be able to afford anybody in free agency. But let's move you over to Mike. And there you go. So that is our focusing there. Let's see if we can't get ourselves some wins and make the playoffs again. We lose to the Steelers. We really can't afford to keep losing. Can we get the 49ers? We do. We get our 3rd win of the season against the 49ers. Can we beat the Texans? Here is hoping. They've got a really good defense. Who's injured? Eric Stokes and Lynn Money. Eric Stokes is out for the rest of the season. He's not coming back. He's not coming back to this team, even, to be honest. He's 30 and only solid overall, so Lynn Money kind of hurts, but we've got another good guy behind him. We lose to the Texans. We really cannot afford to keep losing now. In the mock draft, where are we supposed to be? Pick 9. That is rough. Oh, I forgot to take a look at the stats. Well, Joe Burrow is leading in passing yards. Kenneth Walker in rushing yards. Horton over there in Tampa Bay for receiving yards. Sacks is Jared Verse. Interceptions is Quinyon Mitchell. And Patrick Queen leads in tackles. I'm assuming in solo tackles because he does not lead in total quite clearly. Let's take a look at what we're at. Oh, no. 26th in the NFL for passing yards and 28th in touchdowns, 20th in passer rating, 27th in rushing yards, 8th in rushing touchdowns. So there you go. 26th in carries. Chimere DK. Oh no. 62nd in the NFL for receiving yards. Man, oh man. Kind of going back to square one here, it looks like. I can't believe the Bears moved on at quarterback, especially when in real life, Caleb Williams, right now, so I'm recording this on the day. Bears Lions is today. Caleb needs 270 yards to be the Bears' first ever 4,000 yard passer and only 109 to have the single season record, which is embarrassing for past Bears. Let's be clear, but we're glad to have somebody who can do it now. So here's hoping he can do that. He's not a guy based on this season or honestly last season who you'd want to move on from, especially since he's clearly improved since last season. But yeah, we need to basically be winning out here. We lose to the Cardinals. Oh no. We beat the Bengals, but we still essentially need to win out. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's focus on some players, shall we? So, our Mike linebackers. Anybody good? Let's focus Andres Cantu and then cornerback essentially. Cameron Easley could be good. And then let's go after maybe Tyreek Boyce. Decent looking guy in the second to third round, just in case we don't get Easley. You kind of want to spread it out a little bit. So let's confirm that. And we can sim to the playoffs. We need to win out to make the playoffs, essentially. I mean, I haven't looked at the picture, but I mean, man, or how the rest of the AFC is actually doing in terms of record, but not a great season so far. We go 6-11. We missed the playoffs. We lost to the 1 seed Cleveland Browns. Okay. I was about to say we lost to the Browns. Oh no, but it's the 1 seed Browns. The Vikings, what are they doing? JJ McCarthy is not that good. But so let's go ahead. Let's see what draft pick we're gonna end up getting. It is Cameron Easley going to the Bengals makes sense. We could use an edge rusher, but not as much as we could use a cornerback, to be honest. I would like to see if we could trade up, get Easley, but we shall see once we actually get to the point where we can do that. Okay. Kind of backsliding for this is a really high overall team and everything. So let's go. Let's see what the first of all, let's see what the season stats are. Joe Burrow leading the league in passing yards. Looks like Mahomes probably has it in touchdowns. Walker in yards, in rushing yards. Mekhi Lemon leading the league in receiving yards. Sacks is Jared Verse. Carr over there leading the league in interceptions in Minnesota. And then Sanders leading the league in tackles over in Denver. What are we doing? 17th in the NFL for passing yards and 20th for touchdowns. Yikes. 28th in the NFL for rushing yards and 20th in touchdowns, 21st in carries, 23rd in the NFL, 69th in the NFL, and 14th in the NFL. Wow. I mean, at least we had a 1,000-yard receiver, but 28th overall offense, 9th defense. Man, oh man. Okay. So let's go ahead. Let's sim to this little Super Bowl here. It is a Patriots Saints battle of the 7 seeds in the playoffs, in the Super Bowl, sorry, for 2029. That is crazy. I actually kind of like that. Devon Whitehead, MVP over on the Colts, and Coach of the Year is going to be Raheem Morris on the Browns, 2nd year in a row. Offensive Player of the Year in the AFC is Mekhi Lemon. Defensive Player of the Year, Kenneth Grant. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Quandre Chamberlain. Zay Dowling got number 2. Actually, I do want to see Brett Barnhart, number 2 in Defensive Player of the Year. And no Titans at all. Okay. Best quarterback is going to be Devon Whitehead. Best running back is going to be Ashton Genty. Best wide receiver, Mekhi Lemon. No Titans on the list. Best offensive lineman, once again, no Titans on the list, is going to be Quinn Miners. Best defensive lineman, Kenneth Grant. But we see our first Titan on the list with Brett Barnhart. Best linebacker, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. The Cedric Gray. There you go. Best defensive back is Alan Tolbert. And best kicker is going to be Joshua Carty on the Titans. So there you go. I do want to see if we made, I don't think we did, but no and no. So there you go. NFC Offensive Player of the Year is going to be Elijah Moore over on the Rams. Defensive Player of the Year is going to be Jared Verse again on the Rams. Offensive Rookie of the Year is going to be Mac Arsenault on the Saints. He's making the Super Bowl. Congrats to him. I don't know what position he plays. Defensive Rookie of the Year is going to be Noah Fredrickson. Best quarterback is going to be Jordan Love. I hate to see that. I really do. So Arch Manning is their quarterback. Okay. Best running back is going to be Kenneth Walker. Best wide receiver, Elijah Moore. Best offensive lineman, Chris Lindstrom. Best defensive lineman, Jared Verse. Let me actually check to see if I can see what position Arsenault might have been. No, it doesn't look like it. Best linebacker, Henry To'o over on the Saints. There you go. Best defensive back is going to be Derek Carr on the Vikings. I just think it's funny because of famous quarterback Derek Carr. And then, of course, best kicker is going to be Will Reichard, however you pronounce it, over on the 49ers. So, your Super Bowl champion is, a drum roll, please, gonna be the New England Patriots. 2nd year in a row. 3rd year of this rebuild, actually. So there you go. They have a shot at the three-peat. They have really built themselves a dynasty once again. They are back to the way they were. Mark Andrews retiring, Brian Burns retiring, Marlon Humphrey. Baker Mayfield retiring off the off the Buccaneers. That is a little rough for them, I think. Rico Dowdle is going to retire off of us. That is fine, to be honest. Terry McLaurin is going to retire. He was a Titan for a little bit. Jared Goff retiring off the Raiders. A lot of Raiders retiring, actually. TJ Edwards, former Bear, retiring off the Patriots. He gets to retire a Super Bowl champion, though, so there you go. Jonah Jackson, former Bear, retiring off the Jaguars. Amani Hooker, former Titan, retiring off the Giants. Got a couple Eagles retiring, including A.J. Brown. That's rough. Baker Mayfield's going to retire. Charvarius Ward, Colton Miller retire off the Browns. Alec Ingold, Bears fullback, is going to retire. Cairo Santos retires as a free agent. former Bear himself there. Kenneth Gainwell's going to retire. Not a whole lot of there's a lot of guys that are retiring who I recognize, so there's not a lot of guys who are going to be great that I recognize in free agency, unfortunately. Marcus Mariota is going to go ahead and retire as well as offensive coordinator Gerald Cosley of the Jets. Interesting. So the Patriots going to go ahead and get their 32nd pick. I meant to go ahead and do the season recap just to see. So yeah, make sure, because some of these offensive player of the year and offensive rookie, the player and rookie of the year will be different because it's split between AFC and NFC until you get to this point. So I want to see who wins the overall thing. So it's going to be Mekhi Lemon, offensive player of the year, Jared Verse, defensive player of the year, Mac Arsenault, offensive rookie of the year, wide receiver, okay, and then Ethan Quick, defensive rookie of the year. So we could use maybe a backup running back. They franchise tagged Derek Harmon over in Pittsburgh. Jordan Tyson not coming back to the Rams. Okay. Brett Barnhart, I'm going to accept your 5th-year option, buddy. Cam Ward, this is where we part ways, unfortunately. I'm not going to go ahead and franchise tag him. Eric Stokes is going to be gone. Jonathan Edwards, I don't really see a reason to bring back. I don't really see a reason to bring basically any of these guys back, except Robert Hunt. Ooh. Okay. 2 years, maybe 10 million could do it. 2 years, 10 mil. There you go. That only leaves us with 11 million in free agency, though, which is not what you want to see. But we got to keep our offensive line up. You really do. So, free agents. Nnamdi Madubuike and Jeffrey Simmons. Imagine bringing back Jeffrey Simmons. That'd be huge. Imagine bringing in Joe Burrow. That'd be even bigger. Oh, we don't have enough to bring in Joe Burrow. We actually have 50 million in cap, though. So we might be able to bring in Simmons. We might be able to bring him back. Have an insane D-tackle room once again. I do want to see what it's actually like for positions that we actually need, though. AJ Terrell Jr., he's kind of old to pick him up in free agency for his overall. I wish I could bring in Joe Burrow. I really do. Could bring back Cam Ward, but I kind of made the decision to move on from him already. Joe Burrow not on the Bengals is crazy, though. Garrett Nussmeier, he's worse and older than the guy I already have. Jameel Allen, no, absolutely not. Daniel Jones, no. So nobody I'd actually consider taking at quarterback, which is fine. We have a guy anyway who we could try to develop if I can speak English. Hello, Quinn Ewers. Let's take a look at maybe backup running back. Mekhi Hughes. He'd actually be our starter. Okay. So you're giving him 6 years, 6 million? How does that sound? Sounds pretty good, it looks like. And we are his only offer, so there you go. Honestly, we could just give him this and go, hey, 6 years. And that's a pretty solid offer. Okay, so again, can't bring Joe Burrow in. That's a little sad, but it's fine. It'd be fun to have him, but he's just expensive. More expensive than I have money for. I'm sure somebody will bring him in, but it just can't be me. Top 100. If I'm bringing in a guy, I want him to be a little younger, but Jeffrey Simmons, 32 versus 33 is not a lot, and Jeffrey Simmons actually does kind of want to come back. So 1 year, 30 million for Jeffrey Simmons? No. Okay, because nobody else wants him. Should have looked into that. Bump it down actually a bit because again, nobody else wants him. So 1 year, 26 million. That's still quite a bit, but hey, we're your only offer, buddy. Jordan Tyson would actually be huge. For our wide receiver room. So let's see if 5 years, 20 million can't secure him for us. We're not his top offer, but I think we can undercut Simmons here enough that we could make it work. So 7 years. $24 million? No. Okay. So let's just do the 5 year. Let's just do the 5 years, 20 mil offer. If he doesn't sign, he doesn't sign. We've got decent wide receivers anyway. Malik Muhammad actually is a guy we need. I can't believe I didn't see him. He's got 2 offers. We've got decent cornerbacks actually. Maybe we don't really need corner, but I would really, really, really like to have. Actually, no. I think wide receiver might actually be more important for us, especially since we, with the guys that we have and the fact that we already scouted corners in the draft. Yeah. And we're his only offer, so take it or leave it, buddy. Okay, so targeted, we got Jeffrey Simmons, Jordan Tyson, Mekhi Hughes. We did not get Jordan Tyson. He's going to go to the Commanders. That is fine. Malik Muhammad does as well. Man, that's a little scary, actually. As does Malachi Starks. Jeez. Okay. Joe Burrow still has not decided. We are bringing in Jeffrey Simmons. We've just got to get Mekhi Hughes to, think, to decide. Has he decided? He has not. Well, that is all of my sort of things there I can do to try to get to see what happens. So, ooh, another retirement. It's going to be Eric McCoy, center for the Saints. That's rough. As well as Jabril Cox and Jalen Moore. Okay. Free agents. He did decide over the course of that week. Okay. So we did pick up Mekhi Hughes. Joe Burrow, still out there. Somebody actually dropped their offer. So he's only got 1 offer. Again, can't afford him. It's actually far less close now, but I wish I could see who's offered him without, having to make an offer myself. Jonathan Greenard. I don't think he's got an offer, does he? No. So we could just bump it down to that. Shore up our edge rusher position for the time being. It's a weak offer, but it's your only offer, so Joe Burrow did decide he's going to be a Bronco. Okay. Nnamdi Madubuike is going to be a Dolphin. Deontay Carter is going to be a Colt. I don't like that very much. Come on, Jonathan. Make up your mind, buddy. Jeremy Clayton goes to the Bengals, defensive tackle. I mean, they don't have to pay Joe Burrow's massive contract anymore, so. I mean, we don't. The Broncos would meet in the playoffs potentially, but they're not a rival, so that's fine with me. Did he sign over the week? He did. Jonathan Greenard is a Tennessee Titan. So let's go into here, adjust the lineup. Confirm it all. I do want to put Brenton Strange back below Bushrod again, but that has to be in the depth chart. Because I want Brenton Strange to be my fullback, essentially. We've got insane D tackles plus some solid edge rushing going on. Our corner room is pretty solid. Honestly, this is a really, really good defense. Jeremy Chin kind of falling off there. We need again another Mike. But that is easy to handle. We're gonna put Lynn Money back up there because he's an X factor. He's gonna develop much better. He's already caught up to Gallery, and that's what matters here. So, yeah. So let's go ahead. Let's go into the depth chart. Let's fullback. Yeah, Tony Vega, and then tight end. Put Bushrod up there because Brenton Strange is only boosted to an 85 overall. He's actually an 82 overall. And then at fullback, we can go ahead and we can put Brenton Strange in. Can't believe the Browns went 14-3. That's crazy to me. But okay, so free agency recap. Matthew Keenan is going to be a 49er. Dalton Carroll going to be on the block. Okay. So free agency recap. Yeah, that's fine. Private workouts. So Easley looks like probably going to be the best corner potentially. Well, Tyreek Boyce. Okay, so I don't really need to trade up there easily potentially. Any USC strong safeties that I might want to scout a little bit? Nope. Okay. Mike linebackers. How's that looking? Andres Cantu actually looking pretty good. Yeah. Round 1 or 2, yeah. Okay. Let's take a look at maybe wide receiver and quarterback. Let's go ahead. Let's scout like a late round guy, like Calvin Christie here. And then at quarterback, we can just put something into, I don't know, Tyrone Dorsey or Adrian Elliott. Why not Adrian Elliott? There you go. Just because he'll be there. Oh, we only have 2 guys. All positions. Let's scout Artie Calhoun. Why not? Get kind of an idea of where he's at. Okay, so let's go to the draft and we can favorite our guys. Okay, so he's a top 5 guy. If he makes it to us, that's pretty easy grab. Cameron Easley, obviously, would be an easy grab too. Yeah, projected potentially UDFA. Yeah, that makes sense. Wide receiver, round 1, 2. Okay, Calvin Christie. Okay. Mike linebacker, Andres Cantu, and then cornerback, you've got Tyreek Boyce as well. Okay. So we should have guys who we can really decide on here. So the position. So first of all, first overall pick in the 2030 NFL draft is going to be Artie Calhoun to the left edge to the Carolina Panthers. Okay. So we have the 8th overall pick. And with that pick, I want to make sure I get one of my favorite guys here. The first corner is already gone. That is fine. We're going to go ahead. We're going to pick up probably Andres Cantu. That's a position we actually need, is Mike linebacker. He's got some elites. He's around 1-2 talent. It's a reach, but we need to make sure we get him. So there you go. Hidden dev. That's pretty solid. Next, user pick. Are either of my other favorites still left? Yes, they both are. Okay, so let's go ahead. Let's pick up the guy who's better. We probably need him a little less, but we'll take him anyway. Well, maybe. Actually, probably not, because our other 2 wide receivers are equal or better to our cornerbacks in overall. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to pick up the better of the 2 guys, Tyreek Boyce. Number 8 in true value. Got him at number 40. That is a steal in the draft. There you go. Next, user pick. If the guy is still there, wide receiver, he is not. Okay. I was going to take him if he was, but he's not. So let's go ahead. Let's take a nice backup quarterback. He may even be better, and if he is, we'll start him. He does not look too shabby. Let's go ahead. Let's pick him up. Number 40 in true value, drafted him at number 72. Hidden dev. Okay. That is respectable. And then as we usually do, I do my 3 picks, and then I like to sim because I kind of, this late in the rebuild, there's not a lot of position to really improve at. So I just kind of like to do that. Tyrell Dodson also went ahead and retired. Okay, so let's take a look at our draft recap here. Cantu, 75 overall. Tyreek Boyce, 80 overall. Philip Hoffman, 76 overall. I might even start him, honestly, because he's younger and not much not much worse than the other guy. So we had some pretty good picks of our own there. Then they picked up a 72 vertical threat tight end out of Ole Miss. We've got ourselves a pretty solid squad, folks. Let's take a look. So the best guy in the entire draft was Devin Murray, halfback, round 1, pick 9. Could have had him. Didn't need him, though. Miles Owens, the second best guy in the draft, goes to the Chiefs at left guard, round 1, pick 26. And then you have Artie Calhoun, left edge. There you go. Yeah, we got the best corner. So that's fine. We could have had edge rush. Well, we couldn't have gotten either of those guys. They were taken ahead of us. A lot of 2 really good guards there, actually. So we went ahead. We got Boyce, who is equal to easily. So I do not regret that at all. Doug Wilbin, could have had him. Don't really need him. He would have been better than the guy we actually scouted. But that's fine. Did we get the best quarterback? No, we sure didn't. The best quarterback in the draft is it's going to be a tie, a 4-way tie, it looks like. Oh, no, actually, no, that is a halfback. Okay, so it's a 4-way tie between Christopher Tomlinson of the now Buccaneers, Darryl Foote of the Panthers. Bryce Young not going to be happy about that. DeAndre Nickerson. CK, folks. CK. Of the Raiders, and then Manuel Lopez to the Eagles. That would trip up an announcer into saying something that he can't say. Because it sounds very close. Yeah. Okay. Um, that is sort of the season here. Let me go ahead and adjust the lineup. I'm just gonna put Bushrod back below Strange again, which is unfortunate, but so I am actually gonna start the scheme fit guy who's younger over Buckley. I was gonna give him a shot, but we drafted a really good quarterback in the third round. I was gonna use him as my backup, but here we are. Um, and of course we've got a pretty good cornerback room as well. We've got the best defensive tackle room in the league between Brett Barnhart, Jeffrey Simmons, who is now a Titan again, and of course Tavondre Sweat. I actually want to start Contu. I want to do that. I want to develop him quite a bit. This is a really, really good defense. 89 overall defense. And then our offense is not too shabby either. We just got to develop our quarterback, which hopefully we can do this season. But as I advance the week here, that is going to be all for this time. I hope you have enjoyed. And if you have, please like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you all in the next video. Have a good one.